If I can just say that, I'll talk to you later about that one. And an Aston Martin, I'll have a go at this. By first of all walking around the back of it to see if there's a special badge on the back. No, there isn't a badge at all on the back, which means it's very special. So tell us, okay, it's an Aston Martin. It's an EV9 something, I guess. Give us the story.
No, it's the V8 Vantage S.
V8 Vantage S. Now, is this what I call the poverty model, the one that you start with?
There's no poverty model.
Good.
It is. It's great.
If you can afford an Aston Martin, there's no poverty.
Did I offend you by talking it that way?
Not at all. You can't offend an Aston Martin.
So tell us what we've got. We've got if it's a V8 Vantage, it's the V8 engine up front.
Yeah, it's a 4.7 V8. It's to S specification. This particular car was built for one of the wives of the Aston Martin directors. So it's a good start. Good start. Special colour, Mako blue. Only this V8 is in Mako blue. It's got Bang & Olufsen sound system. And it's all to S specification, 10-spoke wheels, S sports pack suspension.
And you can drive it like a gentleman or an old man like me if you have to, I guess.
Well, I'm an old man as well, you know.
Well, not an old man, but we can, therefore you and I, we could drive this car slowly, but it is effing quick as well, isn't it?
If you want...
I didn't say anything rude, you chuckled at the F yourself.
There's a small pedal on the right-hand side here that if you give it a little press, it'll push on.
Is it the first Aston you've ever owned?
No, I had a DB7 Vantage Volante before this, but that was a V12 6-litre, lovely car, but it was automatic, and it did everything beautifully, but it just wafted along. I wanted to get back to a sports car you could really drive.
Now, we're not going to ask you to do it, but is this one of the ones with a really trick shit hardtop conversion? We won't do it here, but could you? Right, we will have a hardtop demonstration. This is standard. Well, for the money, it's standard. There's a man here, by the way, who's doing it all the time. And you don't have to do anything. It's even locked itself, has it? Marvellous. He's got no money left, but he's got this sort of hard. Can you take the top down again? Isn't this wonderful? You can do this up to 30 miles an hour on the run. I should think the London traffic would not know what to do with itself if it saw this. I think this is the nicest demonstration, Peter, we've had for a while. Thank you very much for that.
And Lucky 7 as well. And what we have now is one of my most favourite cars, 1954 Jaguar XK 120 with that XK engine in it. Number 27 in a very, very nice shade of white, and a coupe as well. I'm sure that's an enjoyable car, isn't it, sir?
Lovely, yes. Yeah.
How long have you owned her?
I've 1999.
18 years of joy. Yes. And hello, madam. Hello. Have you owned the car with your partner here for 18 years as well? Not quite that long, right? Okay. Now tell me about the car. How easy is it to drive? Being an older car, 1954.
It's quite challenging. It's on cross-ply tyres, drum brakes, so you've got to be thinking ahead all the time. But it's a real scream.
That's the point, of course, about these older cars. People who jump in them, having driven a modern car, trying to get in then to an older car, they just do not realise how much slower everything is. To include the change, the gearbox change, and everything else.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah. As you say, yes, it's a completely different.
But it's very much a driver's car. We've been talking a lot about that today, but it's very much a driver's car.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And you obviously enjoy driving. You've both got smiles on your face. So very, very welcome here, and thank you for coming.
Peter, I would have expected you to kneel in front of that car, and you were kneeling. It's sort of thing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very old, as you know, he's fairly old. That's the sort of car I would have killed for when I was 25. My turn to talk about a Maserati, and because it's got a roof, oh my goodness. Now, all I can tell you about Maseratis is they are extremely desirable, they're made in Italy. What else would you want with anything like the Trident badge? Tell me a bit about the model. What is it precisely called?
It's an MC Stradale.
And is it something you've owned for some time?
Just under a year.
Go on, and therefore that means that you had something else, I don't know, like a Ferrari, and you said it's time for a change.
Yeah, it was an RS4 Audi.
RS4 Audi. This boy's a fool. He could have had an R8. I'm going to talk to his co-driver in a minute too, but this is the sort of car that, is this what you sort of promised yourself years ago?
Yeah, when it came out in 2011, I always wanted one.
I'm going to talk to your passenger for just a moment, because she's the sort of lady who, she adorns cars like this. Now, I would expect someone like you to be in a car like this. Are you happy with it?
I love it, it's the best.
And did you have any influence on the buying and selling of this?
Yeah, I told him to buy it before someone else did.
Would you have had a really big temper tantrum if he turned you down? Did you do temper tantrums?
No, not when you got a car like this.
Marvellous. A Maserati of modern, thank you very much for that, of the modern era.
Just to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, the owners of the cars will be pleased to chat about them. Just go up and have a chat with them about their cars and any information you may need. I know now we've got a Lotus in front of us, number 18. Hello, sir. You look very sporting, you two, today. Where have you come from?
Exeter.
Oh, sorry. And it's not so far away, but you've had a bit of a round trip, have you?
Yes, it was a great trip up, yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the car then. What engine you've got in the back?
It's a Lotus 3.5 litre V8, twin turbo V8.
And you've owned it
Just for 2 or 3 years now.
Oh, 2 or 3 years. So many people today have only owned cars for 2 or 3 years. Why is that, do you think? Is it because you've only in recent years got the money to pay for them?
Midlife crisis, probably, isn't it?
Midlife crisis. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, yes. And what about you, madam? Have you had a midlife crisis yet?
I'm not married to one. I'm not.
You're married to a midlife crisis? I don't think so. You both look very happy about it anyway. Okay, thanks so much for coming.
Can we please discourage people from crossing the road? I know you have to sometimes. And we're stopping another TVR. And again, I better ask the owner to tell me precisely which TVR it is.
This is a TVR Cerbera 4.5.
So is this quite a late model, late 90s?
This is, yes, it's a 1999.
So we forget that TVR did build sort of four-seaters, and when I say sort of, there's a back seat, and in it there's a, hello, there's 2 children in the back seat. One, I'm going to guess, don't tell me children, one's about 12 and one's about 8.
Not bad, not bad.
And so I guess that you've got a car full. The lady's on the left, of course. You've got a car full here, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yeah. And a boot full of beer.
And is this your sort of dream car, or are you working upwards to a Ferrari one day?
Yeah, maybe one day, but I'm not that flash. I prefer old school.
So where did you come, what car did you come from to buy this?
Astra estate car.
My goodness, that's a bit different. A Vauxhall Astra estate car to a TVR Cerbera. Marvellous. Enjoy that.
Yeah, lovely registration, UFO there, Graham.
Bloody floor.
UFO registration.
Indeed. And 2 charming kids in the back, I can tell you. So that really was a car full. Whoops. You can have another TVR now. That went bang. I hope it wasn't stopping permanently. Talk to my man, would you?
Okay. Did we have a moment there, sir? No, it's what they're all about. That's what they're all about. Oh, you've got a doggy. Hello, doggy. What's your name?
Dog in a
Woof.
back.
Very tough sniff. And tell me about the car, because I don't actually know a lot about these.
Well, this one's a 4.3, 430 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 3.7 seconds. So
0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. And you won't be doing that down the drive, hopefully, now, will you?
not enough room.
So how long you owned the car?
I've had this one. This is about the longest I've had a TVR. I've had this one about 10 years.
So you're a TVR man, are you?
Yeah, this is the 7th one I've had.
The 7th. Oh, you very definitely are. Then you must have TVR in your blood.
Yeah, it's all about the whole experience. I've tried other stuff and I know it's like this.
Well, that's very good to hear. But you enjoy the cars, indeed, clearly you are. And we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And of course, Lamborghinis are not quite as noisy as TVRs because they cost 3 times as much money and they're nicely built as well. What exact model is this? Is this the latest one?
No, this is the Gallardo LP 560.
Well, okay, the 560 to me means exactly what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Exactly that, yeah.
You're another owner who we've seen a lot of people like this weekend. They arrive here with a really big grin on their faces as if to say, I'm not allowed out in this very often.
I think it's the fact of being interviewed.
Oh, come on. If any man who owns a Lamborghini like this will interview a lot better than I can. How long have you had it and how often do you get to use it?
I've had it about 18 months and quite a lot. We've done about 12,000 miles in it.
So that's a lot of miles. I mean, does that mean that you've been on holiday in it? And if you have, what sort of reaction do you get?
No, not on holiday. It's just local driving.
Local driving. This is a day car, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's just going to weekends.
Just do a lot of mileage. Well, I'd like to do a lot of mileage in a Lamborghini. Take it away and enjoy it.
And I think that was the penultimate car. The last car now, I think, is another Aston. I don't know.
Do we have any more cars up
There's
there?
another Ferrari.
No more. So this is the last car.
Yes,
Peter, you can talk it. It's the last car. It's a Ferrari.
Yep, and Ferrari 488, sir. And you've got the standard engine in here?
It is indeed, yeah. Plenty of carbon fibres you can see round. Front bumper, the side skirts, all carbon.
Now I hear a whistle on the dashboard. Why is that?
I think that's because I haven't got my seatbelt on.
He hasn't got his seatbelt on. Okay, but so let's go through costs for a moment. I mean, what's it cost to service this car? Say a 10,000 mile or 20,000 mile service.
The good news is on the 488 you don't have to pay for 7 years. There's free servicing for 7 years on the
Free servicing for 7 years. So where do you take it for servicing?
Isles of Exeter is where the car comes from, and they'll be maintaining it for the next 7 years.
So then is the principle to sell it after you've had it serviced?
Hopefully one likes to think you can go up the ladder and maybe buy the next model in a few years' time.
Well, it looks as if though you enjoyed this car, and it certainly suits you, doesn't it? Yeah, very nice, he says. I should think so too. Sir, thank you very much indeed, your compatriots, for coming today. Thank you very much. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen, a great series of cars representing Pistonheads, and Graham and I think, have thoroughly enjoyed talking to the owners. And as Graham said, practically everybody had a smile on.